And I'm gonna use the emulator to do that. I'm using Duck Station. Leon. Yes, and I'm gonna have to capture the game as well. Okay, now let's see. Okay, it's capturing, so it's all good. Let me check. All right, I'm gonna get to the menu because this is the save state. I'm gonna get to the main menu because I need to explain the rules of the run and how it's going to proceed. So basically, as the stream title says, it's a Leon A. I need to beat the entire Leon A scenario from start to finish without saving game once, without healing myself once. And I basically cannot, if I'm gonna get, okay, let me put it like this. If I'm gonna get to the danger state on Leon A scenario, if I'm gonna get to the danger state before the Ada is gonna heal me or before the final boss fight, that's a run reset. If I'm gonna get poisoned, I cannot use the blue herbs. It's a run restarted. If I'm gonna pick up a healing item, unless it's accidental pickup, then also run needs to reset. My objective is not to pick up any saving items or any healing items at all. I need to ignore them. So yeah, I think without that explains all the rules. I'm gonna be honest. Those are gonna be attempts. On my first attempt of this run, I've managed to get to the final Birkin, and final Birkin have totally wrecked my ass. I have watched several videos. There is not really a good, consistent strategy for the Birkin 4 when you play as Leon. Lots of strategies that you have in the Resident Evil 2 when it comes to Final Birkin are very dependent on your luck and on your RNG. And what I'm gonna try to do this playthrough is the speedrun strat that a lot of people are actually using for this, for the Leon A scenario. So, okay, yeah, without further ado, let's see how the run is going to go. Deckard, thank you very much for the good lucks. Let's go. So the other thing, I have a save state, so I can just skip the FMVs and the intros, anything like this. So, yeah, let's start. I might need that luck as well.
Freeze!
Because all depends on the leaping zombies. If there's one thing that is absolutely annoying is the leaping zombie.
Fire! I'm a human!
It really is.
Sorry about that.
Sorry about that, babe. I thought you were one of them. Sadly, those in-game cutscenes cannot be skipped. I don't own a PC version of this game.
I don't have a clue. By the time I noticed something was wrong, the entire city was infested with zombies.
This is the American version of the Resident Evil 2. By the way. I don't need to try and just out of the pure comedy, try to like pick up the shotgun from Kendo. Also, the trick that I have learned is that you can if the zombie goes down like this, like he gets pushed back, that means that the next shot is gonna push him away as well. But sadly, the third one spawns over here. No, that's a shotgun that he has. Depending on the scenario, depending on the character that you are gonna play with, Kendo has a different weapon in his shop. So bowgun is only for Claire, and shotgun is always for Leon. But by the way, there's no differences in the damages between the Kendo shotgun and the shotgun that Leon finds. There's totally no difference. So you can pick it up, but you don't have to. And this is gonna be a bait because, yeah, this guy just did not want to cooperate. I really wish that Resident Evil 0 was just a little bit better. Because it could be. It definitely has the potential. 100% a potential that is just freaking wasted. Just like Fallout 4, you have the potential, you have the platform, but it's not utilized properly. And that's what bothers me. And because this game is not really that good, not a lot of people wants to modify it. In comparison to Fallout 4, because Fallout 4 has like... You know, it's just so easy to modify Fallout 4 that it's ridiculous. That'd be a fun remake. I really wish that RE0 got a remake in general. Or maybe just get some improvements and upgrade the graphics to, well, maybe not to 4K. But I don't think that Capcom cares enough about Rebecca Chambers to give her her own game again. Which, well, come to think about it, it's not really her own game, it's like hers and Billy's, because you have two characters. So we cannot really say, hey, that's her own game. It's not really. Not really, good sir. Not really. Wish it was, though. Would be amazing. Or the idea that you gave yesterday, or somebody gave that idea yesterday. Basically, eventually, maybe after every single boss fight, or after this single, like, major thing that you get in the game, you get a pouch. A pouch that allows you to carry more items.
It looks like your party,
like 2 additional spaces, and you can either give it, because it's Resident Evil, and you cannot just cannot just pet every single character, but just give a pouch to one of the characters. You can give the pouch to either Rebecca, or you give the pouch to freaking Billy, and that would be great.
Chris and the other STARS members discovered that Umbrella was behind everything.
I would enjoy it more that way, I think.
Their lives to reveal the truth, but no one believed them. Not long after that, all this started to happen. Hang in there. Don't worry about me. Just rescue the survivors in the other rooms. Here, take this key card. You should be able to unlock the doors in the hall with this. Now go. But
just go.
Just go.
Fine. But I'm coming back for you. Just hold on.
I'm gonna head to edit the paste bin note. Hold up. Yeah, the controller have unplugged again, but it was this one is on me because I pulled the cable. Also, take a look at that with emulator. Even though I'm gonna unplug the controller, it works just fine in comparison to RE0, in which if I'm gonna unplug the controller, the son of a bitch doesn't want to reconnect again. Nah, because you have Resident Evil 1 remake on the GameCube, and you don't have that problem. You have Resident Evil 1 on the GameCube, you have 3 difficulty levels, you have also real survival difficulty, which basically makes every single inventory box a separate entity. No, it's not a limitation on the GameCube. I can guarantee you that 100%, that it's not. Honestly, I don't know. I believe that Resident Evil 0 consumes more memory because it's a longer game. It's way longer game. Like, it took me 8 hours to beat it. You don't see me beating almost any Resident Evil game in 8 hours. Okay, Resident Evil 4, but Resident Evil 4 is not boring. I can actually beat Resident Evil 4 on a good day. I can beat Resident Evil 4 in 7 hours. On a good day, sure, NG+, but still, 7 hours for that game is pretty good. Then your assumptions could be true? No, I don't think so. They did it because they wanted to basically try new gimmicks. That is my theory. You know, try the new gimmicks, just screw up with people a little bit. In a matter of fact, it's just such a minimal. If even they did that, it's such a trivial and very minimal way to like reduce the size on the disc. And on GameCube, which GameCube was already using, I think, a DVD drive, so they easily had like 4 gigs of stuff. And the if I'm correct, Resident Evil 0 GameCube was not a 2 CD game. They could very easily just make it 2 CDs for it. Like, no problem. And that's a leaper, so that's a second hit. And the game would just had less than 4 gigs. It doesn't matter. You could still release 2 CD games without basically limiting the basic gameplay mechanics that were in every single other Resident Evil game. I just don't find any good reason for the inventory system Resident Evil 0 to work the way it works. It's pointless, because it actually costs you more memory to make the game remember where you leave the item on the ground, and it costs you more memory and more scripts to actually make the game place the location that you drop from your inventory, instead of just opening the inventory, dropping an item into a item that is already in the room, and making all the other items invisible. So to me, it's pretty clear that the memory is not even the issue, because the methods that they have implemented were technically even more memory costly than the original thing that they were doing. One port, 46 gigs, mini DVDs, those little small DVDs, right? And maybe I handled like 2 or 3 discs like that in my life. Those are pretty neat. Those were pretty neat CDs. I think that those CDs were pretty neat. I like them. Actually used 2 discs.
Leon!
It's good to see you're still among the living. It looks like we're not gonna find your brother here after all.
Resident Evil 4 is still a great game. We're gonna get a remake of that game in March.
There's no reason for us to stay any longer than necessary. Let's split up.
I hope they are not gonna screw it up like they did in Resident Evil 3.
Right.
I really hope that they are not gonna screw it
Here's
up
a
like they
radio.
did it with
Take it.
Resident Evil 3 remake,
That way
which
we can keep in touch if anything happens.
I'm definitely gonna play it. But do I wanna? No. Yeah, I'm also skeptical. We are on the same page. I really want that RE4 remake to flourish. I really want to see how they really want to explore like the PTSD from the Raccoon City in case of the Leon scenario. I really want to see that. I really do. Because in RE4, it seems like Leon have already dealt with it, and he even cracks a few fancy jokes. But it seems like from the trailers that we got so far for the RE4 remake, he actually deals with the PTSD. And I want to see that. I want to see him kind of like, you know, struggle. I want to see him be not that Chad guy, the super spatial agent 007 type of guy. I want him to be more of a human being. And I wouldn't mind that if they would show more of a distressed side, more of a little bit less defenseful side of Leon Scott Kennedy. I would like for the villains to also explore his fears. Because, for example, in Resident Evil 2, depending on which scenario they consider as canon, Leon was unable to protect Ada up until the point of Resident Evil 4. Leon still thinks that Ada is dead, and I want to see the game actually explore that too, to explore that guilt. Because, okay, Leon needs to find the president's daughter, he also needs to protect her. Enemies and all the villains have like clear motive to actually abuse that. So, let's hope that they're gonna use that. Sure, I'm saying that, I'm hoping, I'm not gonna try to hype myself. I simply want to say what I believe would be a great solution for the RE4 remake, to change it from just action horror shooter with semi-good puzzles into an actual game that not only could be a thriller, but also could be a good action game in itself as well. Something like Evil Within. Which I know it's actually telling a lot, like trying to compare Resident Evil 4 to Evil Within. But both games were made by the same developer. By the same guy, Shinji Mikami. So, yeah, and Evil Within was basically how Shinji Mikami have envisioned to Resident Evil 4 to be. Which, by the way, I wish I could play Evil Within on this year's marathon. The problem is, the Evil Within doesn't want to run on my PC because I have the AMD graphic card and AMD drivers. And that's basically the major problem that I have. And it is sad. I hate that. I really, really hate that. because I have played Evil Within 1 previously on the stream, just like the Evil Within 2, and I love Evil Within 1. Evil Within 2 is kind of meh and don't really want to play it. I finished it, but I don't really like it. I even have tried to use the DXVI, and sure, with DXVI it works, but the textures are basically only loading in like very, very awful resolution. So I simply decided to like to drop that and not even think about it. What was the problem? Game freezing. If I'm playing on the normal drivers with normal stuff, the game freezes. Basically, at a specific stage of the game just dies and refuses to play. Even no, it's a very specific moment where the game just freezes and crashes and doesn't want to work anymore. Very specific moment. It's not random. It's very specific. I have deleted the game. I have reinstalled it. I have done everything that could be done with the Evil Within that is normally recommended, like check the file integrity, reinstall the game, install on a different hard drive. I already tried all of that. Even on stream, I have tried to play it with the DXVI, the little software that actually allows the game runs in the Vulkan game engine, and it ran on the x86 version of it. But not only and cap the FPS, but if I try to cap the FPS, the textures didn't want to load. Did you check the PC Game Wiki page? I don't believe I did. I could give it a try, but I'm gonna be honest, I do not remember. I'm gonna be honest, I do not really remember. You sent me the link to the Discord? Okay. I'm gonna be quite honest, if I can fix that game because of that, that would be absolutely amazing. Desk is locked. Well, sucks. Yeah, but, you know, with NVIDIA graphic cards, the game actually wants to run. When it comes to... When it comes to AMD, your luck depends on your drivers. Fucking sucks. Because with every single new rendition of an AMD driver, more and more games don't want to fucking work for me. And it pisses me off. I am not updating my AMD drivers, like, at all. From this point on. I just refuse to update them because of the issues that I have mentioned. Like, for example, one day Resident Evil 4 was running perfectly. One update of the driver, all of a sudden Resident Evil 4 doesn't want to run. Same situation with Legacy of Kain Defiance. Game runs perfectly, all of a sudden, update the driver, game doesn't want to run at all. And I have to like use the DXVI to actually make it run to begin with, to launch, just because of the AMD. It's, in my opinion, absolutely ridiculous. I wish that those issues were just a separate occasion, like, okay, my drivers are faulty, I just need to reinstall them. It's not because drivers are faulty, it's because AMD doesn't really care about their stuff. DXVK, okay, DXVK, yeah, sure. Never can remember that. It's DXVK, not DXVI. Is written VK Vulkan, yep. That's gonna be easier to remember that way. Actually, should I say screw it and go for the upgraded pistol, just for the laughs? I could. Yeah, let's go for the upgraded pistol. You know what? Let's do that. If I'm gonna get bit several hundred times, it's gonna be on my ass. But I really want to. I really want to. Because I don't usually use the upgraded pistol whatsoever, because it's such an ammunition, it's such an ammo hungry thing. I'm gonna try to remember it. Knowing live, because it's me we are talking about, I'm going to forget about it like very next day. Like if you're gonna ask me like you've been like my professor or my parent when I was going to elementary school, what is the name of that software? The XVA? Psh! Okay, maybe without the slapping, but... Without the slapping, but you get my point. Automatic manual. I don't remember which mode I have to actually use for a single fire, for the fastest single fire, because you can utilize the fastest single fire in this pistol now. There's gonna be definitely a situation or two when I'm gonna have to kill a couple zombies, so I don't care. By the way, I don't really recommend going for the additional part for the pistol, because if you go for the automatic, it just drains you out of ammunition like a crazy bitch. I'm actually using an R2 remake because RX 590 performance is better on the Vulcan than the DirectX. You know, when it comes to me, as far as I don't get any issues with launching and playing the video games, I'm not using the XVK at all. I just see no really good practical reason for that, at least right now. In some games in the future, and some older titles, 100%. 100%. Yeah, I'm capping my FPS on every single of the game that I have to 60 anyway, so to me it doesn't matter. If I can get 60 FPS on a game, that's all I need. I'm not really being like, ooh my goodness, 145 FPS Herpader. No, I don't give a shit about that. Okay, so I need to switch to automatic. Let me see if I can make it run faster. Well, I kinda can. Are you getting in, or are you going out? What is your choice? What refresh? 75. I don't really go for FPSs or anything like this. I genuinely don't care about those things. Oh boy. Yeah, quite honestly, just switch to manual and that's it. There's technically no point of... There's seriously no point of using this gun in fully automatic. Or in burst, there's just no point. I don't see it. I don't get it. 144. I kept my ass to 174.72. To me, 60 FPS is good enough. I'm being honest. To me, 60 FPS, unless it's a PlayStation game. But I am not really the type of guy that looks for endless FPS. There's no point of grinding that graphic card if it's not really necessary. There's just no point. At least I see no point. Like, also you might ask me then, why do you have, so maybe, let me rephrase that. Also, some people could ask me, if you don't want to grind your PC like this, then why do you have 6800 XT, which is one of the better graphic cards on the market? Well, it's because I want to run all the games at 60 FPS at least. I want them to run, and I want that card to survive for like 5 years, and not only for 1 year, and then I need to exchange it. Yeah, but I'm capping my games to 60 FPS anyway. Even with the things that you are saying, I'm capping my games to 60 FPS even via drivers. No, I'm not gonna set my monitor to 60 Hertz. Because then everything becomes way too bright. Like, all of a sudden, for some reason, on 60 Hertz, both monitors get this, like, this white filter that you cannot get rid of. And I cannot get rid of that. So, I simply decide to keep the screens to 75, but when I'm playing the video games, it switches to 60, and I'm happy about that. And I never had any troubles. Because as far as I care, I don't really see a difference between like 120, unless the game actually forces 120 FPS, which is what happens with Mass Effect. Mass Effect, the Legendary Edition of the game, actually forces the internal clock to be at 120 FPS at all times. Even though... And it actually does not allow you to set up any other FPS in the game. Like, it just refuses. It just refuses to go lower than that. In a shooter like Battlefield, yes, maybe. I don't play shooters like Battlefield. I don't play Call of Duty, I don't play PUBG, I don't play Battlefield. Those games have very little to zero interest to me and in the games that I am surrounding myself with. You know, like for example, when I'm playing classic game like Resident Evil 2, having a 75 Hz monitor, it's already kind of going over the top. If I'm ever gonna obtain the PC version of that game, you know, then then FPS is gonna be unlocked, because in the 90s there was no such. I don't think there was such thing as the VSync in 1998. So whatever the game developer is gonna cap the FPS at, that's gonna be the FPS. I do remember that Half-Life 2 doesn't have like. If I'm correct, of course I could be wrong, but if I remember correctly, even Half-Life doesn't have like vertical sync, so the game can run on like godly FPS in the modern time. Like you can squeeze like 600 FPS on that game. That assuming that I'm correct, because I might as well could not be. I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, God bless, because then I'm gonna learn. Have VSync, but that could be added with an update. Oh, I see. Well, I haven't played Half-Life 2 in like very long time. I like the game. I definitely like the first Half-Life a lot, but I have not played it in quite a bit of time. Oh yes, if you know how, you can also go to the INI files, and you can also cap the FPS via drivers if you know how to. That's true. That you can also do that. But if there's any other method, then I'm absolutely unaware of it. Always disable VSync and cap the FS manually because for FOS it causes input lag. I actually never had an issue with the input lag, if I could be honest. The only issue that I have with Fallout 4 is that it is Fallout 4, and the vanilla story and vanilla mechanics are just not really. They're just not the greatest. Ooh, 3 at the same time. Oh, Lottie. That was glorious. That's a good ammo conservation right there.
Baba Booey.
Indeed. I mean, shotguns have an ability to strike 3 shots at the same time. I mean 3 heads at the same time, so yeah. In a matter of fact, I'm thinking about doing something stupid again and not getting an upgrade for either pistol or the Magnum. Bye, Marvin. Marvin this time was like actually a turbo zombie. He was way faster. Well, Starving Marvin is dealt with. Now it's time to deal with the diamond key. Okay, then just round up over here. 3 heads. Hog. 2 heads. Hog. And there's the only one guy over here, so I'm just gonna eliminate him. That was so freaking clean. Absolutely the cleanest. And I love that. And that's a bite because I didn't check the magazine. That's a bite. Oh well. Can't be helped. This one is on me because I should just check the pistol. I should recheck the pistol if it has enough bullets in the clip. Oh well, happens, the run is not in jeopardy. Even if I'm gonna be in caution, the run is not in jeopardy because Ada gives me a free heal. That's out of my control. It's a scripted event, so that doesn't count into a no-heal run. Okay, landmine Larry's just standing over there. Well, not really standing. He's more like laying over there. But that's a small detail. We don't pay attention to that. Also, after this run, after this attempt, I'm going to take a break. Because I can already see the hours on my clock, and it's definitely gonna be a good idea to take a break after this. Also, one thing: if I'm gonna beat this today, I'm switching to Claire B scenario as well. Is it just me, or this dog just took 2 bullets and then went down? It can't be just me, right? It couldn't be just me that just saw that. Didn't pay attention. It's fine. It might be just, you know, might as well. It could be just my imagination. It's fine. Don't sweat about it. I really need to find a PC version of this game, and I think I will. I'll check on eBay. eBay, Amazon. I'm gonna see if somebody's selling a very specific version of the PC version of this game, PC port, because I'm looking for a source next version of the game, and I simply want to see if somebody's gonna sell it cheaply. Because all the mods for this game, when it comes to the PC version, all of them are source next. Yes, I checked it out. That's actually pretty interesting. I would need to. What I need to do is I would need to like check somewhere in my rubbish if I still have a functioning PlayStation 1 controller. The all classic PlayStation 1 controller. I would need to check if I have it in parts or do I have it intact. Because if I have it intact, then I could try to I could try to buy the adapter, plug it in, and check if it works. But I don't really check things like this very often because it usually means that I'm doing some kind of a cleaning in the house when I'm checking stuff like that. So I don't know when I'm gonna check it. I don't want to move the entire house just to find one box with a single controller for the PlayStation. The adapter is neat, but also there's also another thing that I do not want to buy a PlayStation 1 controller. I know that I have my own, and I want to use my own controller.
Let me guess. You must be Ben, right?
Get up.
Now.
What do you want? I'm trying to sleep here.
Though it would be great.
Is this the guy?
Ben, Barn.
You told the city officials that you knew something about what's been going on, didn't you?
Because if I'm gonna find the controller in parts, there's just no real physical reason for me to basically get that adapter. There's just not. Because the controller is gonna be absolutely freaking broken, unusable, after all these years being deconstructed.
I heard a rumor that he's here in the city.
I don't know anything. And even if I did, why would I want to tell you?
Okay, I say we leave him in there. Does anyone know where they put the key to this cell?
Well, I checked it, and it looks pretty neat.
I have it right here, officer.
I could even get a PlayStation 3 controller on this, which is, you know, PS3 controller is actually more accessible.
Crawling around out there.
And then I would have two controllers. One controller for like,
what was that?
for more modern games, and the PlayStation 1 3 controller for
I'm not leaving this cell.
for the emulation.
Get out of here before you lead it right to me.
You know what would be even better?
I'm not going anywhere. I'm the only
If
cop
they would
left alive in
freaking
this
sell wired controllers for PlayStation 4, for PlayStation 3,
Look,
just a
you wanna
wired
live,
controller,
then you're gonna have to
something
leave
that's
with
not
me.
gonna unplug itself unless only one end
Do you even know how to get
of the
out
wire is
city?
broken.
There's a kennel in the back of the building. Inside the kennel is a manhole. Go through and it'll lead you to the sewer entrance, but it won't be easy.
I miss the wired
Alright,
controllers, they
I'm
were
going.
so much better. Because when you have everything wireless, if something that you have wireless... Okay, example. Excuse me. Pardon me about that. If you have a wireless, everything wireless, you have a very important boss fight. And all of a sudden, the battery in the wireless item dies on the last hit before he's actually dead. It's awful. Or when I was playing, it actually happened to me when it actually happened to me very few times when I was playing Euro Truck Simulator. All of a sudden the battery in the controller died and I just ruined a perfect delivery. You have no idea how pissed I was about that. I was pretty pissed. I hate it when that happens. Just use regular Bluetooth so you can connect them to your PC via regular Bluetooth. Yes, I can connect it via Bluetooth dongle, but that drains the battery. Wireless problems. Basically, I'm a type of guy that likes to avoid problems instead of creating additional ones. You know, don't fix that is broken, basically. Don't fix that isn't broken. That's what I wanted to say. I'm gonna miss wired controllers, seriously. Because batteries are not really made for people who are doing like very extensive like playthrough, extensive gameplay times like I do. When I am on stream, I basically play video games, and I'm playing video games for 7 hours a day. So yeah. Oh my goodness. Are you a serious video game? I really wanna... There we go. ABDO controller... Yeah, sadly the battery is not as easily replaceable on the PlayStation 5 controller. That is true. You have to like... To deconstruct the PlayStation 5 controller, you have to put a little bit more work. It's not as easy like with the Xbox controller, where you just remove the rear panel, slap a new set of batteries, and you're good to go.
Ada? I don't think I've introduced myself yet. My name's Leon.
I mean, you
I'm
know,
with the
to me it
RPD.
doesn't matter because I would use the wire anyway.
It's a dead end.
You think we can get upstairs through this shaft?
Oh
Give me a
my.
boost. I'll go and check.
To me it doesn't matter. I'm only going for wired controllers. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna check if I still have the fully constructed, fully functioning PlayStation 1 controller. Which honestly, after all these years, I sincerely doubt that is true. But if I do, I'm gonna be so happy about that. Because then it's gonna be +1 to immersion. Basically. Doggy! And just like that, no more problems. Ada always has it freaking easier. I'm gonna give Leon some shotgun shells because Leon's gonna have to deal with the lickers. To me, basically, in my modest opinion, getting rid of the wired controllers as an available option to buy something was a very bad choice to begin with. Despite the fact that you have to deal with the wires, wired controllers are basically more reliable. They're not gonna fail on you in a very important moment. This is why for the very longest time, while I still had my not PlayStation 1, while I still had my Windows 7 PC, I was basically looking for a wired Xbox 360 controller. And those are pretty much unavailable to get anymore. Always the wireless, and always the highest price, even though it's Xbox 360, but they're still gonna charge you like 160, that would be $40. They're still gonna charge you $40 for that. Or if you're gonna buy a third-party controller that breaks after a month, but they're still gonna charge you only maybe like 5-10% less. Fucking hate that. I stepped on the landmine once in my life, where my Xbox controller basically, what most of the time broke on me and my controllers were the analog sticks. Always the potentiometer in the analog stick that always went into the freaking oblivion. And
Leon, can you hear me?
Ada.
you know, if I had a not the welder.
Right here.
Soldering iron. If I had a soldering iron with all the tools and everything like that, I would replace the potentiometer myself, because it's a small element that you can replace if you just know how. And I know I can replace that, but getting a soldering iron,
What?
I just don't have money for that shit. Just don't have money for that shit. Not for the lack of will, because I can repair my own controllers. If it's possible, I am 100% going to fix them. But, you know, it is what it is. Ooh, okay, that was very close. If that poison would hit me, that would be pretty much an end of the run, because poison state equals a run reset, pretty much. Yeah, don't go that way, Leon. There's no point. No reason to go. Right, I think I should pull up the shotgun because right now I'm gonna have to deal with 2 lickers. And they might fall down with either 1 or 2 shots. No way, I'm gonna have to make a super shotgun. Because of the super lickers in the laboratory. Let's not forget about that. Okay, that's liquor number 1. I'm gonna reload my gun just in case, because you never can be 100% sure. I was ready to pull the trigger, oh well. Oh well, still in fine, still in fine. So we don't have to worry about that much. Here we go, nice and easy. Alright. So now I'm going for the energy, and because it's the Leon A scenario, I'm actually gonna pick up the pouch and the submachine gun, because Leon needs both. But I'm not gonna activate the gas. The gas is gonna get activated for Claire. Only Claire is gonna activate the gas, even though I don't believe that she really needs to. Because, okay, if I'm gonna activate the gas on A scenario, every single enemy is gonna be stronger for Claire on the B scenario. So we cannot do that, really. Ow, my leg. Yeah, that goes up. And a matter of fact, I'm not gonna use the Magnum until the pretty much until the final boss fight, come to think about it. No, not even the final boss fight. I'm not gonna use the submachine. I'm not gonna use Magnum until the Birkin 2 and the final boss fight. But even then, I'm not gonna upgrade the Magnum because apparently the damage difference is very minimal. But the recovery time from every shot is just way too much, so it basically makes it not really worth it. And I need the submachine gun for the G-Adult. That is basically a must pick when it comes to that boss fight. A must pick. Hey Plotter, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Glad to see you. By the way, this for people on YouTube, this video is recorded in live studio audience. Okay, let me get the sound effect. Yep, totally not fake. Live studio audience, 100%. So people on YouTube could actually be confused because I'm talking to the chat on Twitch at the same time. And I can understand the confusion myself. Like, sure, I could basically do a different audio channels and basically just record these streams and just do live commentary of the run, but honestly, I don't want to get fucked with that. I just rather talk to the chat on Twitch and play the video game at the same time, just answer the questions as you go. Or just talk about random stuff. If there's a topic to talk about, because when it comes to being a conversationalist, I am an absolutely awful person to start a conversation. Absolutely awful. And it is an L that I am willing to always take. Alright, now it's the brass cogwheel. Even though the game says it's golden, I would say it's more like a brass. I'm gonna pick it up, I'm gonna get the crank, and we're gonna go for the clock tower. We're gonna activate it, we're gonna get the last plug, and then we're gonna go for the geodolt. And I'm going through the lower section of the police station for a reason. Because when I'm gonna go upstairs, it's gonna set up the liquor for me properly. Or at least it should. By the way, me doing the Leon Permadeath NoHeal runs, it's a bonus. I'm adding that for free. I'm doing that because I really want to complete that. For the both scenarios. I could also try to do the same thing with the Resident Evil 1 on regular difficulties, but because I never have played arranged difficulty on the original Resident Evil 1, though on it might actually change during this marathon, depending on how many bits, gifted subs, or donations I'm gonna get. Because we already have we are 3 games ahead. Technically, we are 3 games ahead. Tomorrow's Chris's scenario for the RE1. After that, it's gonna be Jill on hard difficulty, the remake, and then it's gonna be a hardcore difficulty Resident Evil 2 remake. It's gonna be quite a rough awakening because I'm gonna be honest, I don't really play the RE2 remake as often as I should. I only play that game maybe once every 3-6 months, and I should really consider playing that game more often. Because it's a good game. I just don't care about it as much as I, for example, care about the originals. Though I'm definitely gonna add the remakes to NoHeal Permadeaths, because the moment I'm gonna be done with NoHeal Permadeaths, I'm gonna try to do the no-hit Permadeaths. And I think I'm gonna do the no-hit permadeath starting on PC version, because PC versions of the game have a little bit of a consoles like additional consoles which actually display you the numerical amount of health, not just the health bar, a actual numerical amount of health that you have in the game.
No!
So that would be definitely 100% helpful to verify, hey, did that hit me or did it not hit me? Does that count or doesn't? It would be a good learning tool, in my opinion. But first thing to obtain, I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. It would be a good learning tool, in my modest opinion. But first thing to obtain, the Source Next version of the Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 as well.
Can you still hear me? Come on, answer.
With Resident Evil 3, there's just so much RNG to deal with.
I almost got the story.
That doing a no-hit in that freaking game it's going to be...
Bitter irony.
It's going to be something special, to say the least.
Co-conspirator.
Co-conspirator! Get that scum. Make him pay.
Hang in there, Ben. Oh, my chest. It's burning. What's wrong?
I'm dead. And he's just watching the worm. Ada's like, oh, a worm. Okay, let me pass it.
God, what was that?
Where are you going, Ada?
To the chemical plant. I have a feeling that's where I'll find John.
Oh, having a feeling.
Ada, wait.
Sure.
Hey! Do you read me, Claire? We now have access to the back of the parking lot.
Got it.
I'm getting out of here and heading to the sewer. Can you meet me there?
I'm on my way.
I'm on my way. I'm Claire Redfield. I am not a robot. Beepity boopity, scappity boopity. Slippity boopity boop boop. Alright, now to deal with the G-Adult. I think we can... I thought I have to like 4 hits already, but I'm still not in caution, which is... I'm gonna be honest, this is kind of miraculous. Okay, that spider was in a different position that he normally is, but... doesn't matter. Alright, let's go. I was thinking about... Okay, if this speedrun strategy is not gonna work on the Birkin 4, I'm gonna try to figure out something on my own again. Something with the submachine gun as well. And then again, submachine gun kinda sucks in late game. It really does. So maybe I'm just gonna try and practice the speedrun strat for the Birkin 4, because there's no consistent strategy for this guy. And you're dead. Easy money, it's still 64%. Basically, when the little kids are approaching you, you just aim the gun. You just tilt the gun like this, and while also firing at the same time. That gives you a little bit more leverage because of that, the little babies are gonna get into the line of fire, whether they want it or not. I still got 64%. I still do believe that this amount of ammunition should be still useful. Like, you're not gonna spend 100% on a boss fight.
Ada,
So I just don't know, man. I'm thinking about using the submachine gun for the Birkin 4 because I'm pretty sure I can figure out a good strat.
Those zombies are everywhere.
But I don't know.
Not to mention that thing that got Ben.
I was there, Leon. I know.
Look, Ada. As an officer, it's my job to look out for you. But we're
Let's
not
try
going
the
to get through
speedrun
this
strat on the
alive
Birkin
if we
4
don't
first.
work
Then
together.
I'm going to think about
We'll do this your way.
at different methods, assuming that those different methods are actually viable. I mean, there is one, but it requires so much practice and so much prep to actually execute. But I don't know myself if that would actually work with me. Then again, I sincerely believe that submachine gun in the laboratory is just not a good idea. It's not a good enough weapon at that point. I mean, the time will tell. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is a good method to this madness. Maybe there is. Because according to some of the strats that I have found against the Birkin 4, every single strat very heavily relies on not using the enhanced magnum. Which is very surprising to me. Sure, they always pick the enhanced... Oh my goodness, game, please, why? Why are you doing that to me? The lamp is like right there. The game relies mostly on enhanced shotgun because of the super liquors and the plants. But when it comes to the final Birkin, everybody just picks regular magnum. Even the carcinogen explains in his runs why he doesn't enhance the magnum. And according to him, enhanced magnum deals absolutely like very minimal amounts of additional damage. But you get like your recovery time per shot is absolutely dreadful. Plus, it basically slows down your fire rate of the weapon. And there's like only viability of a combat shotgun is from is on the Leon B scenario during the final boss fight. That's pretty much the only benefit. It's only then that damage matters. I don't care. I want my upgraded Magnum. I don't care. I don't care either, Ice Clone. Suck it. Oh, that was pretty nicely timed. That was pretty nicely timed. Yeah, Leon is dead. From this point on, we are only playing as Ada Wong. Sniper shot. Hey Alt, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well.
Don't move.
Glad to see you.
Was with that cop, if I'm not mistaken. Identify yourself.
Ada Wong.
Ada Wong. Ada Wong. I've heard that name before. Now I remember. One of the men from Chicago who came to assist the T-virus research used his girlfriend's name as his password. Ada and John, I believe. How did you know? Who are you? Annette Birkin. My husband is the man responsible for the creation of the T-virus, William Birkin. What?
Happy Monday to you,
John's
happy Monday
dead.
to
He
everybody.
became one of those zombies. My condolences. And although I regret this,
Hope the start of your
you
week
will be joining him shortly.
is better.
I won't let anyone take the G-virus away from me. G-virus? It's capable of creating the ultimate bioweapon. Its potential is even greater than that of the T-virus. Then that must mean the creature in the police department is... precisely my husband, William. And it's all Umbrella's fault. None of this would have happened if they hadn't tried to steal his research away from him.
Okay, FMVs, those I can skip.
So those rats were the carriers of the virus. As a result of his virus-induced transmutation, William should have lost any prior memories he had as a human by now. Even worse, every G-virus bioweapon, including William, has the ability to implant embryos into other creatures. And create offspring. No. Too bad.
Too bad. I was actually reading. I was actually reading your the link for the PC game for the Evil Within. Hey Edgar, how you doing? Thank you for the raid. Doing well. Oh yeah, I don't need to pick it up right now because that's Leon's. That's Leon's problem, not mine.
Ada?
Ador? Okay, I have the valve. Checking just in case. Checking battery. There's enough power to power the system. Actually, what I'm gonna do if I'm gonna complete this playthrough is what I am going to do is I'm gonna do one regular playthrough of Claire B. Just so I can learn the actual positioning of the items and anything like that. So I could figure out some strats. I shouldn't do that, but yeah, those spiders are way too close. I'm simply gonna pick up the medallions and put them both at the same time. Doesn't really change anything. The fact that, oh my god, it really bothers me because Leon has clearly pierced lung, collapsed lung, bleeding, external and internal bleeding, and he's still able to like crank the heavy valve in the sewer system. Like, I don't know if the Leon is such a Chad or he is a freaking synth. And most likely he is a synth. Ador! I just find it kind of silly that the game story would actually allow that. And a matter of fact, from this perspective, it's kind of looked like Leon took like 2 shots. Like, I don't know if you guys can see. There's definitely one shot over here and like one shot almost right through the middle of a chest. On his right side, and both of them are going through. Both of them going through his body.
And then you run wires that connect them all.
I know it's like a plot device, but for some very curious, very weird reason, I just cannot think about it. Cannot stop thinking about it. It is actually something that kind of bothers me. Should it? No, it shouldn't, but it does. Oh well, it is what it is.
Leon.
Leon.
This bullet wound isn't making things any easier.
Quiet, Leon. I'll patch you up.
She'll patch me up.
That's 2 I owe you.
Don't mention it.
I just found out. John's dead.
What?
Whoa.
Never mind. Let's just get out of here. The sooner the better.
The bother the father. Those words did not make any sense. They don't even exist in the vocabulary. Alright, we got 2 medallions. It's time to use them, and it's gonna be super shotgun parts, and then it's gonna Birkin 2, which Birkin 2 is actually pretty goddamn easy. It's gonna be such a nice little fight. And a matter of fact, just for the sake of spending ammo, I'm just gonna go and switch the pistol to the fully automatic mode when I'm gonna reach laboratory. Because regular zombies are a little bit of a pain in the ass in the laboratory. They are much more difficult to kill. For some reason. And Ada got poisoned. Wah, wah. But it doesn't matter. Ada can get poisoned all the damn time. She's gonna survive anyway. It's about me. I cannot get hit. Jesus Christ, Ada. It's about me not getting hit, not Ada. Unless Ada would like miraculously suddenly die in the corner, which never happened to me, then that would suck. Like game over because you didn't protect your follower. Basically, an escort mission failure, which I hate. I cannot stand escort missions. I think the only escort mission that was like remotely good and simple was in Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. You had this little thing that you had to convoy, and it had like 2 paths depending on the map. It had 2 or 3 specific paths, and the moment it took like a first turn, you immediately knew where the thing is gonna go. There we go. Nice and easy. Easy money. Right, so we are not picking up the Super Magnum parts. We are not going for the locker. That is the... more or less... Oh, actually, hold up. Still in the manual, because we still have not reached the laboratory. This is pretty much one of the major changes that we're gonna do. We're still gonna pick up the super shotguns, because super liquor exists, and we are not activating the gas. But we are not going for the Magnum. It's like the entire Leon A scenario, when it comes to the things, it just basically is about not even dealing with like other bosses. It's about dealing with the Birkin 4. And that being the most difficult boss fights possibly in the entire game too. Not even joking. Because Leon basically doesn't deal enough damage on the Birkin 4. Birkin 3, that's a slightly different scenario, sure. But Birkin 4 is really reliant on the amount of damage that you deal to him. Like, for example, if Claire's gonna use the regular grenade launcher rounds, every single grenade launcher... no. Let me put it like this. Grenade launchers, basically, when it explodes on impact, it's a cluster. Every single one of those little mini grenades that hits, it's an additional points of damage. And it's actually not the guy that I want to go for, but fine. Actually I could just go like this. Yeah, we are not gonna fight this guy anyway. There's no point. We can manage to avoid that. Alright, let me switch to Magnum. Because we're gonna have a boss fight ahead of us. And let's leave the valve, as I'm not gonna need it anymore for the rest of the game. I really wish there was a good usage of the submachine gun. I really wish there was. For that final Birkin, because there are strategies to make the final Birkin stuck in a corner, which makes the fight much easier, or make him stuck above you. I don't know, man. It just... hard for me to figure that one out. I mean, this is gonna be my first time when I'm gonna use the speedrun strats, which apparently are the most reliable so far. Just like ice, no. Well, unless you are into monsters, then hey, that's your thing. I also hate that Dan's have freaking stole my emote idea. He basically made the Feral Ghoul into a sus emote. I had that emote first. This was my idea. Meh. You know, as if I didn't have better things to do than argue if Dan's Gaming had stole my email idea of a streamer that doesn't fucking matter in this platform. Not that any of the streamers actually matter for this platform. Okay, that bullet have missed. Leon, aiming is a thing. I've lost 2 rounds because of this. Not necessarily bad, but... but also not necessarily good.
Don't die on me, Ada. Come on. Wake up. Come on.
I have the better barrel. No, I don't. When it comes to getting a better barrel for the Magnum, it's actually recommended not to get it because of the final Birkin.
Hey, take it easy. We're inside
Because despite the fact that the barrel is gonna reload my gun, the recovery time for in between the shots is not worth it, and the damage upgrade is very minimal.
Save yourself.
And when it comes to Birkin 4 and playing as Leon, you kind of want to be as mobile as you possibly can.
You'll be in danger.
You don't really want to
Stay with me.
risk.
I know I've only known you for a
You don't really
short
want to
period
risk
of
that.
time, but I really enjoy being with you. I know.
On every other regular
I'm not
playthrough,
capable
I would
of
like
caring about anyone.
basically take a couple. In a matter of fact, I would take several killing
We'll get this
items.
place together. Wait here for
But
me. I'll be right back.
it is what it is, you know. It's a no-heal run, which means increased difficulty. Woohoo! Whoopty freaking do. And I would even upgrade like Magnum. I would upgrade the shotgun and the Magnum at the same time. Like, no problem. It would be the very first thing I would do on a like story playthrough. Because on story playthrough, I can just carry bullets. You know, I can carry ammunition. I can carry heals for days. But when the challenge runs, you have to consider efficiency, how fast you move, how fast is your weapon. Especially on the no hit. Like I'm talking right now, no heal. Oh yeah, the game gives me here a flamethrower, and that's absolutely useless weapon. We are not activating the gas. It seems like the gas is being left for Claire. Now, people would ask, why did I explore the red area as the first area to begin with? It's a good question. I shouldn't. I should go for the blue, activate the power, and then go for the red. That would cut a little bit of time. But this is not a speed run. I am most likely never gonna do a speed run. I am not a speedrun guy. I'm more of a challenge guy. Bill Nye the Challenge Guy. And I'm taking the challenges one step at a time. First no-heal, and then I'm gonna try to polish every single one of those no-heals to be a no-hit. After reaching the no-hit, then I don't know. Then I'm just gonna try to always have the no-hit. Or basically make it perfect runs. Or figuring out better strategies, like for example Leon A scenario, Final Birkin, to figure out a good strat. A consistent strat that doesn't require me to waste time on positioning. It's just a thought, it's just an idea, but it could work. I mean, just a thought and just an idea. It definitely will work, but I just need to put a lot of effort into this. Bye, plants. Yep, I'm pretty much ignoring the plants, because they are way too slow to realize where I am or what I'm doing. I might kill a plant or two later, but those are only gonna be the plants that are actually getting in my way. Good timing. Also, don't do that. Right, this is where I can pick up the pistol and see how good is the fully automatic one. Well, not fully automatic, but the burst fire pistol. I'm just gonna waste the rounds, most likely. Kind of well timed, but just in the moments like this when I'm trying to like focus. Don't use sound effects. Oh yeah, freaking burst fire pistol on these guys? Where that gun was all my life. Yeah. This is actually not too shabby. Like I'm being honest, this is actually not bad. I might need to like just get the upgrade for the pistol. Yeah, sounds like a good idea. Alright, I'm not going for the fingerprint, but I need to use the card anyway. Well, if you have all the shots landing at the corpse of the enemy, then yeah, they really don't. But the shots that can miss because the enemy just falls down on the ground and they have iframes when they are doing that, that's... Well, that's a different story. That's a little bit of a problem, to say the least. Oh, now we're going for the blue zone. Okay, now we're gonna have to kill this guy. So it takes it basically takes additional shot from a combat shotgun to actually neutralize them. But on the other hand, it is not really that bad because plants are actually quite easy to get rid of. At least I believe that's the case. Yep, disable that, get more Magnum rounds, get the ammo disc, and then just go and wrap it up, at least this attempt. There we go, picked up the Magnum rounds without any problem. Okay, are you dead? You don't look dead. I'm gonna just move back. Yeah, you're still walking. Oh, this is a good time to reload. Okay, just making sure that they are not walking. They're all dead. I hope. So if I would get grabbed by the leg right now, that would be a little bit annoying.
You murdered my husband. I know what you're looking for. You came for the G-Virus, didn't you? But you'll never take it from me. This is my husband's legacy. Now, where's that spy you were working with earlier? You know who I'm talking about.
What?
You really don't know anything, do you? You're so gullible. She's one of the operatives sent here by the agency. The only reason why she came here is to obtain the G-Virus.
That's a lie.
No, it's the truth. I discovered this when I did a background check on her. She specifically got close to John and became his girlfriend to get information about Umbrella.
That can't be. I know her. Ada wouldn't do something like that.
If you don't want to believe it, I don't really care. You're about to die anyway. What happened?
Oh, she's dead. Not really.
The self-destruct sequence has been activated. Repeat, the self-destruct sequence has been activated. This sequence may not be aborted. All employees proceed to the emergency car at the bottom platform.
If I'm gonna defeat Birkin 4 in the first attempt of the playthrough, that would be a miracle. Absolute miracle. Because it's the first time when I tried the speedrun strat. If I'm gonna execute it perfectly, it's gonna be so good.
What are you doing?
You know what this is about, so just hand over the G virus.
I don't believe this. Annette was right. About everything.
That's why I told you to leave without me, but you wouldn't listen. Now hand it over. Don't make me shoot you.
You can't do that.
Oh,
Ada! Ada, I've got you. Don't give up.
gee.
Don't you trust up for you anymore? Who's actually getting that tier 3 sub? Ada still got the money,
Shut up.
and Leon like got what? Emotes at reviewing, which is very beneficial even on tier 1 sub that you can use on my channel as well.
I promised you that we would escape.
No necessity for tier 1, for tier 3. Tier 1 is good enough.
Really want
Just like bits and donations. Shameless self-promotion hidden behind the in-game mechanic explanation.
everything.
Perhaps. I don't know. I don't have any account on that site. Also, I would not create anything for on that website. It's if somebody wants to create a content like that over there, that's their prerogative. It's not my shtick. I have Ko-Fi instead.
So, this is what everyone's been dying
Yeah, that definitely use on Patreon. But for me to use Patreon, I would need to create more unique content. And all of my content can be either viewed on YouTube or you can simply look into the VODs on my Twitch channel. Therefore, making the entire idea of Patreon basically useless. Also, I don't have any editing skills, and I don't know anybody who would be able to edit the videos for me for free, because I am not a popular streamer or YouTuber. Alright, it's time for the final Birkin. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. We're gonna see. If I'm gonna make it, great. If I'm not gonna make it, more practice. That's basically all there is to it.
Minutes until detonation.
Oh my god, this actually freaking worked. And I executed on the first try. Okay. Heart is definitely going up there. My heart is definitely, like, beating faster right now. Holy shit. Turn into pro gamer. Well, when it comes to this strategy, I mean, it's something that worked. So there is a consistency. I love consistency. Well, it's a first try. It was my first try, and it also worked. But god damn, GG. That's GG. And also right in the time for break as well. Holy moly! Now it's time for Claire B. When it comes to Claire B, I'm gonna do one playthrough just so I can figure out how to do the stuff. GG! Thank you guys very much for the GGs. Appreciate them. Ooh. Ain't gonna lie.
Are you okay? Yes, I'm fine.
It's over. No.
Heart is definitely
I have to
skip the beat a little bit, but I managed to keep my cool, calculate the ammunition, and aim properly. And Jesus Christ, it actually worked like a charm.
Goodbye, Ada.
So far, day full of success. Finished Resident Evil 0, finished Leon A scenario, no heal and no save. I mean, we're gonna make one save because I need to get the Claire B scenario to be activated, but that doesn't count technically because we are not saving during the game, we're saving in the menu, so yeah. It was good, it felt good. But yeah, I'm gonna do like a, I don't know, a practice session for Claire B. Because I doubt, I mean, we're gonna have like solid 2 hours, so I can definitely do one run. But I think for the sake of because it's a practice, I'm gonna basically save on before every single boss fight. I'm gonna make save states before every single boss fight. And if I'm gonna get damaged, I am allowed to heal. Basically, kind of a regular playthrough. It's a practice run, it's a strat run, I would say. Because I don't really know how the Birkin 3 is gonna behave. I don't know if I should go for regular grenade launcher rounds or should I go for flame rounds. It all depends on how much ammunition I'm gonna get. But yeah, I'm so happy that this playthrough worked. Honestly, if I would not make some silly mistakes, this would be a no-hit. I'm pretty sure that I can do the entire Resident Evil like no-hit. Claire A definitely can be done no-hit by me. The other scenarios, that will take a lot more practice, but I would definitely reach the no-hit on the RE2, like no problem. Also, I just have checked. Actually, Snowden Standard 70 Hz AMD GPU disable FreeSync. I don't even have the FreeSync. But yeah, I have checked all the things that you told me in that link, Deckard, and it's not going to work. There's no description for the problem that I'm having with the Evil Within, sadly. Wish there was, but sadly, that's just not gonna work. And I'm very sad about that too, because I really want to play Evil Within. Yeah, it was definitely worth a shot. 100%. Leon A, 1 hour 50 minutes, 10 minutes shorter than my all other runs. GG. GGD, GGG. Okay, now it's time to save. And I'm gonna like wrap it up, as in take a break, and also it's gonna be a good moment for the game to video on, because this is gonna go on YouTube for this to get paused. Claire A, Leon B, yeah, this is where it goes. On the number 9. Alright, so now I need to disable the emulator. Alright, so let me switch to the chat time. So yeah, that was the run, NoHeal run, recorded live on my Twitch channel. NoHeal Leon A with no saves, done. And yeah, that was basically all there is to it. We made a couple mistakes, but nobody's perfect. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching, for everybody who is here right now, and for everybody who watched this on YouTube. Links to my YouTube, Discord, whatever you guys need is down below in the panels or in the video description. If you guys have enjoyed, consider following me on Twitch. If you're watching this on YouTube, consider subscribing, ringing the bell, slapping the like, all that silly stuff. And when it comes to form of support, you guys can support me on Twitch via Prime Gaming regular Twitch subs. That's gonna give you ad-free and some nice looking emotes. Option of bits on Twitch as well for even more unique looking emotes. And for people who want to support me in a more direct way, on Twitch there I have 3 links over here for donations. For people on YouTube, that's gonna be, again, description. But yeah, links for donations, 3 links, up to you. Pick whenever you want, donate however much you want. If you cannot, I appreciate you being here and basically giving me a support, even if you are lurking or just watching my stuff, you know, it's always fun. But yeah, also, this video has been recorded during the Halloween marathon, and that's more likely for people on Twitch. And I'm gonna give you guys 2 links, in which first link, it's a list of the games that I'm gonna do playthroughs in the following month of October. This entire month is the story runs. And also goals for every 10 subs, $10, 1,000 bits. I'm adding additional game to the marathon, additional difficulty level, additional challenge, additional first playthroughs, all of that stuff. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. I'm gonna take a break. During the break, I'm gonna play some clips. Hope you guys gonna enjoy them. I'll be back after the break, and I'm gonna try to learn the Claire B scenario. So yeah, thank you guys very much, and be right back. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back shortly. 10-15 minutes. It's not shortly, but it's still after the break, so be right back. You guys don't understand how. That should do it. Curie, you better move close. You better move over here.